Hello, this is Perished Garden, and welcome to my 9 to 5. Clearly, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know why I do this to myself. I record something, I'm like, yeah, it's pretty. I'll come up with words later. I didn't have words then, I don't have words now. The only thing I know is that this is a Tuesday video, and Tuesday is my gardening day. Oh, look at these sunflowers. Look how perfect that is. There's no way anyone could have ever planned that. So clearly that butterfly wanted to make a debut, and it chose my sunflowers. Anyways, um, I think really what I wanted to show was all the color that is coming in. There are very few to no weeds here anymore. That yellow plant is considered a weed, but it's not. I'm fine with it. I will take it off eventually. But right now it's fine. It's feeding the beneficial insects. Um, Everything looks clear. Clearly, I did not put the non-shaking feature because it is shaky. Something about that plant there. I guarantee you, if I were to pause and listen, is there a gopher hole right there? Look, there's a gopher hole. So I think that was another thing. Just wanted to show that there's no gophers here. Wanted to show all the plants that are coming up. Um, there are some things that I've got to wait till next year. Ooh, I put in. What did I put in? I put in Eualyssum. I don't think I videoed that. I just did it. Sometimes you just gotta work. But I definitely didn't do it today. I did it other days. Hmm. Pretty flowers coming up everywhere. There's a few volunteer flowers that are coming up. I'm not too happy about that. Um, for some reason, I'm pointing at that. I'm going to listen and see if there's any audio. Hang on. There is not. That's just chamomile. I have no idea what's going on there. But you can see some of my petunias. They're coming in. There's other petunias that are struggling. But everything seems to be going really nice. There's some orange nostrums, whatever they're called. I mean, everything is looking really good. Those purple flowers there, they are looking amazing. Now I do know next year they're going to be a problem. So if I see seeds, I'm going to try and push them back towards the back there. If I see anything growing out next year, I'm going to make sure they are only towards the back. Um, I have sunflowers. Those are pretty. Look at my petunias, my purple petunias. Oh, so beautiful. Um, that was a plant that I put in. I tried splitting a plant, but there's something green there. I had one plant and I split it into four. Clearly, it didn't like it, but some spaces are trying so hard. Um, that was me trying to save a buck. Killed the whole plant. Got nothing out of it. But anyways, what do I have here? I have my carnations. There we go. See, they're coming in. So yeah, there's a lot of pretty colors. I could have sworn I was talking here, but I'm not. I'll check again. I'll shut myself off and listen to what that me had to say versus this me, because this me is kind of lame. But yeah, here's a look at the garden. My leftover petunias and verbenas, I want to say. I think they're verbenas. I put them here because nothing is growing here. I'm going to put my verbenas in the pots in November if where they go, nothing is growing. I know that's kind of a bit of a mouthful, but I have lupins growing up against the fence, and I've never been able to get them. And it's really hard, like it's probably impossible, because I've never seen lupins in the garden center here in my part of the world. So I can't grab a plant and put it in the pot where I want it. If I want lupins, I have to grow them myself. If they don't grow by next year, I'm putting verbenas there and I'm calling it a day. And those are the ones that are going there. Oh, I gotta put a picture here of what this plant is. Not this one that I'm physically holding. I think that's a weed, so I'm taking it out. And those are marigolds. They're supposed to be there. But I think this little vine that I touched here, I had a, like, not a dream, but I was thinking about it at night. And I was like, oh my gosh, is that what that is? That's a weed. It's not pretty. It has weird clusters. It looks like the chamomile, but this thing. See the chamomile there? So that one looks like that, but it's not that. The clusters are different. But then look at these little flowers. I want to put a picture here of what the packaging looks like. This is false advertisement, is all I'm saying. Can someone tell me if I'm right or wrong? Is this what this is? If this is what that's supposed to be, I'm highly disappointed. If it is that, I will wrap it around the tree so it could live because I have nothing else going on in my life. But I'm disappointed. And I think that's what it is. This is, again, more of that weed that looks like chamomile, but it's definitely not. Some sort of weird crabgrass stuff. So yeah, these are the flowers around my tree. And again, just showing you what I've got going on. Taking out some of the weeds. I have a lot of flaxseed here dry. It's making everything look ugly. See that? So I am going to harvest that. Yes, I used air quotes. You'll see what I mean in a minute. I was gonna have like a focus and then just have the plant and then just show you the pretty stuff, but this is how people focus on their plants. Look at that. Ooh, imagine if that's all you saw. That would have looked pretty cool. Nope, you get the behind the scenes. And then the anemones are coming in cute. The white ones on the other side seem to have dried out. They're not completely dead. I think they're down there. They're just not producing flowers. But those ones on this side where all the shade is, those ones are coming in nice. Yeah, the purple ones and then the red ones. That cage there, my gardener went through all the trouble of taking out the weeds that I had on that and left it there clean for me. So I'm going to put it away as a thank you, and I'll use it eventually. But for now, it's in my garage. You see it there? There's stuff over there that I don't want to show you, but it's there. I appreciate the hard work that went into the care of that tomato trellis. The butterfly, look, the butterfly's back. Butterfly in the sky. Up close and personal, didn't like that. Sorry, butterfly. I didn't mean to invade your privacy on my own yard. But anyways, here I am. Here is a crazy project that I've been wanting to do, but it's hard work. One, it's too hot, and honestly, I look like a mad person. Well, not this part. This is the harvesting of the flaxseed. Again, I use air quotes around harvesting. And I couldn't find my little scissors, so I had to use these big, gigantic things. It's like a bit of an overkill, but what happens when you don't know where your stuff is at. Okay. I swear the sweater is just on as a protection from sun damage. I know, I'm in the shade. Not the point. I don't know know if birds like flaxseed. And if birds like flaxseed, then they have it there to eat. I'm sure birds would like flaxseed if I were to dehusk it for them. But see, I hung it up, I tied it up, and now I'm hanging it on my tree. So if the birds want it, they can have it. See it there? Perfect. Now here's the crazy project. I went around, got stuff, got prep. I threw my phone there so I could know if you could see it. And like between the scissors and my phone, I knew that that's where the camera started being able to see stuff. So I didn't start anywhere closer to the camera, and there wasn't really much anything close to the camera. But I am going section by section, digging around, following the base of the roots through the weeds, and pulling them out. I don't know. It kind of gives obsessive. It's a lot of work. You specifically have to be careful because if you pull the base without holding on to the whole base, you're just going to rip off limbs, and then therefore you're going to lose the root, and then the root will continue to grow. Stems and leaves and the little pokey thingies. And those pokey thingies, A, poke, and B, that's how they spread around. Those are the seeds. I don't know where these little balls of hell come from. You have that big chunk there, and then you start seeing giant bald spots. So I don't know. I just know that if I were to see my neighbor outside doing this, I'd be like, oh, they're going crazy, and they're like grooming every square inch of their lawn. Like, whatever, that's them problem. So I think that if I see other people as crazy, I clearly see myself as crazy. It's all I'm saying. Like I see the weird. But I have had complete sections of this lawn. Like grass was no longer there. It was just these weird clovers, and it took a while for it to die, to reseed, and to grow back. So yes, these types of seeds are a problem in my yard. And if I don't take care of it now while these little clusters are small, it's going to be a problem. Right here, you're going to see like the difference. See the grass, the grass, the grass, and then those clovers. See the clovers? Those are all thorns. That's what I'm taking out. And they're very spread out and embedded there. And of course, I have dry spots in my yard. The palm tree there is a big reason, and then the tree over here also is a big reason. Water does get there. There's a little hump there, so whatever water does go there, it drains off to the sides. But you see that big cluster of weeds that I'm pulling out there. So I think that if I stay ahead of this, by November, it should be very minimal. I do want to drown this area in weed killer. It's grass feed and weed killer. So the stuff I have strictly says that it feeds your grass but also kills the weeds. I don't know if these are just not in that list because they're here, they're thriving. So I am going to like one day just saturate this in that grass weed killer. I know it's not good for the bugs, but then again, bugs don't really land here. Like, they have plenty of other actual flowers that is not my grass for them to do their thing. And I do not let that stuff land on my flowers. So, yes, many, many, many an opinion. Unless it's how to get rid of these weeds, it's not going to be helpful. So, let's just be helpful here, people. But yeah, those are piles. I'm trying to get better angles. Oh, look, my bald spot. Like I said, you have to grab the base and rip it out, and then when you see the whole thing coming out, you see how far the plant actually spread. And it is so much further than what you think, and it's just invasive. Invasive AF. There is no stopping it. I think I go to pluck other stuff, and then I realize that I'm not there. After a while, I get tired of thinking about the camera. Like, I just want to move and go. But it gets hot. The sun hurts. It tires you out, makes you exhausted by just existing there. So I stop that. And I go back inside to the garage, and I build the last of the 3 stands. Shelves. Garage shelving? I don't know what it's called. But here I am, just taking everything out of the box. The sun's aggressive. There's just a lot of fluffing. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I think I went around the garage looking for scissors again. I don't know where they're at. I don't think anything new happens here, so I'm going to fast forward this as much as possible. Hopefully only leave it about a couple extra seconds after I stop talking right now. Like I said, nothing remarkable happens here. It's just the shelves are up, which is a step forward in the whole scheme of the garage. We're not even on the 5th month yet, and it's April. So I feel that I'm quite ahead. But since it is Tuesday and it's still garden, I decided to go back to the garden in the afternoon. Evening? When the sun's not hitting and hurting. So I flatten out certain areas, and I'm going to put this creeping thyme. So the other thyme that is here is more of like the kitchen thyme. This is also edible, but it more like creeps. And apparently it has little red flowers. It has little red flowers. And it's a good ground cover. And I think it'd be a good addition to that other ground cover that I have there. Hopefully they could become friends. Frenemies? You know, just to keep this area interesting. I don't know much about the ground cover I already have there, but I do know that this is more drought tolerant. And it's also really hard to grow stuff up here because you see how wonderful ground quality I have here. It is the best. So with that, I thought I'd give it a try here. Hopefully you do good. You do good. Also it's thyme, which is part of like that weird mint family, and rodents don't like mint all that much. It's too strong for their super sensitive nostrils. So if they don't like it, they probably won't come by. But then again, with all of the seeds that drop from the sunflowers, I mean, I'd risk a smelly day for a good meal. Rats are big facts just like me. Don't judge me. Anyways, so here I am. Just going through the dry spots. I still have some left over. So maybe next week I'll finish it off. I'll see where I can put some more. I also need to go in and get rid of a lot of volunteer plants that are choking out light for the stuff I do want. So there are a couple, mainly one plant or bucket that the main plant is like struggling, and all of the surrounding volunteer plants are. Well, that's it for this Gardening Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Bye.